Hello there, Niiamah Ashong here, leader of the Trailblazer Oasis, where we bring together people who are ready to leverage their difference to make a difference. When I think about my Trailblazer journey, we really focus on seeing and coupling the outer successes that people have had with the inner journey that they needed to go on to become the person who could create the levels of success that they've done. And what comes to mind for me is a part of my journey. And part of this journey here is around an important distinction. The distinction here is an open versus closed distinction. So I can feel myself. I thought I was going to go in one direction, but now I think I have to just allow myself to just be open to what really showed up. I have a thing that says, I hide nothing and hold nothing back. And this is what I don't want to share with you. Over the last few years, I've been living in Singapore, and I came in, and within the first 2 weeks, I went to an entrepreneur event. And at that event, someone came and was talking to me, and I shared about all the wonderful things I wanted to do in Singapore. Having just come from New York City, being in my early 30s, I was like, I'm going to come to Singapore. I'm going to meet all these people. We're going to do all these things, so on and so forth. We're going to be at each other's houses. They're going to be our best friends. We're going to learn all the culture. And it was wonderful. It was a really wonderful way of looking at everything. And that person actually was like, oh, you don't know Singapore. Like, that's not what's going to happen. Like, you're not going to go to anyone's houses. They're not going to do this. You want to get to be someone's best friend in a day. Like, no, that takes time. That takes a lot of time. And you have to work really, 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 really slowly at it. And I remember leaving that conversation feeling very, very rejected, very dejected, I think is actually probably the word. I was like, I'm going to go and start building a life in a place where I don't know if I can be me, and I'm not going to really be able to really be accepted. That's the message that I took out of it. And I'm going to be alone, and being alone is my number one fear. And what I've been starting to realize is that with that conversation, it took me down a path of actually closing myself off to things, closing myself off energetically to new opportunities, to new people. There was this idea in the back of my mind that if I'm coming off too friendly, if I'm coming off too warm, I'm actually going to be pushing other people away. And insidiously, it led to a part of me going through 2+ years, really not seeing opportunities as they were arriving around me. I was fortunate that just a few weeks ago, there was a coaching conference that took place in Singapore, and a coaching friend that I have made who lives in Thailand had come over. And we were getting ice cream at the end of his event. I didn't go to the event myself, but he came there for one of the coaches. And as we were leaving the ice cream place and we're walking down the streets of Singapore, some random person came and almost literally bumped into us. He was just walking around, and just boom, there he was. This is an empty street. There's no one else on the street. It's just the two of us. And that somehow in this entire path, he comes and he literally runs into us. And what transpired was a conversation where this person revealed, he's like, I'm an investment banker. A ton of my friends have coaches. I don't have a coach, so on and so forth. And we were in this middle of this conversation. And I was like, okay, great. Talk to you later. Goodbye. And my friend was right with me, and he's also a coach. And he's like, Niiamah, what are you doing? Like, here goes someone who's almost asking for you to help him, help serve him. He has an understanding of the coaching world, but doesn't actually have the opportunity to experience it himself. And there was just a part of me that just was not turning that on. I was like, no, I think we're good. I'm tired. Let's go home. And it was really interesting because we ended up, he's like, I'm getting his number anyway. And he got his number, and he's like, he'll talk to you. And he sent it over to me. And the funny thing about it is we were walking, and he's like, what was that all about? And it was in his persistence there that it's like literally the world brought someone who's an investment banker, who wants coaching, who was interested in this and all that. And you're closed off to it. When he said that, I realized, actually, I have been closed off, and I've been closed for years in this space. And on the other side of it is being open. being open to new opportunities, to being able to see opportunities as they're coming, being able to see things that aren't even opportunities, but creating them as such in your world. I say to myself a lot, serendipity loves me. That's because there was an openness to it. When I go to the US, I can spend a week there, and in the span of a week, I'll meet 3 different celebrities just by walking down the street. And shout out to Bachelor Nation out there, because I've been meeting a lot of people from the Bachelor franchise. But all this comes in, and I realize that when I'm out of Singapore, I'm able to create, to be so attracting and so open in the world that all these new opportunities come to me, even the ones that are really rare to occur, and they happen at a rapid pace. But when I come back here, I take on a different persona. I close that energy off. And so I've been practicing over the last few weeks to really get into the spirit of opening up once again. And part of that has come with the energy of practicing gratitude once again, and really allowing myself to see the world working for me, see the world working for me. And so I'm going to invite us here, as we're looking at our journeys here, to look at where we might have closed ourselves off to opportunity, even when the world is knocking on our door. And I'm going to invite you to take on a bit of being just 0.01% more open this next week.
We're just getting started. Click on the link below to watch the full conversation, and go to niiamahashong.com/tribe to get additional resources and exclusive invitation to tribe-only events. Journey on. Heyo, Niiamah here. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet, and then go ahead and leave one of your insights from today's video in the comments below. If you're looking to take this deeper, you can go and watch another video, or you can go to niiamah.com/tribe to get exclusive invitation to our tribe member only events. I'll see you soon.